to stabilise a little bit. We're in Piccadilly Gardens, otherwise known as Cracky Gardens. We've just had an interview with a lefty, and we're now looking for a few more to talk to. I'm with Marty Bragborough at the moment, and Antifa Lee. Let's have a look here.
Pretending to be a nationalist. You couldn't have called this. Pretending to be a nationalist, right? So what he's done to the movement, again, a lot of friends in the movement that are part of the National Front, BNP and all them lot, and then he's organising days out, so they go meet in pubs, discussing information. 3 people attended a meeting with him. And two of them went to jail for counter-terrorism fucking offences. So he's setting them up. What he's doing is, and then he's basically acting like a proper. He probably will do.
Welcome to the chat, Shazza says hi, Lee.
Right,
she knows you.
So, no,
Thanks for joining us, Shazza. If you can please like and share this, just get it out to a few people.
He's gone on your YouTube
they didn't.
and started talking about Nazis, supporting Hitler and stuff like that. So then when people record your fucking YouTube, they've got them sound bites, and that's why he's gone. He's been in the movement for about 10 years. He's not far right, he's a socialist. Let me show you. You know the picture is the picture? Hang on, let me go to this. What? He's got a picture of him holding a phone in a bedroom. And the guy that posted that photo is a fucking socialist activist. He's who attend here.
Hi, Lieutenant. How you doing? How does the mic sound? A little good. So I'm just going to give it a try today, this new microphone. We're at Piccadilly Gardens now. There's a heavy police presence. No, good stuff. As you can see, we've got a lot with us today. Crowds are just starting to gather at the moment, as you can see. This side where we are at the moment seems to be the lefty side, which apparently are going to be gathering behind these barriers here. And for some reason they're going to be counter-protesting our Unite for the Children demonstration today. Thanks, LTG. I say it should stabilise in a bit. I've only just started at the minute. We're going to go back over to the field in a sec, but while we're with Lee, I thought we'd check out some of the opposition. Just had an interview with that thing. So yeah, first time live in Manchester, everybody. I don't know what the signal's going to be like, but I have it on good authority that O2, who I'm with, is the #1 service provider for signal coverage in Manchester. So it's not due to start until 2 o'clock. Patriots are gathering. I left at 5:30 this morning to get here on time. Luckily there was no delays on our trains, so yeah, it all went quite well. We've met the Patriots of Britain already. Patriots of Britain are here. James is here. Let's have a look at our banners. The police already came over and tried us to remove this one because of what it says on the bottom. Just wait for that lady to move. And I'm here with my bro RBM, who's around somewhere. Oh, there he is. He's setting up at the front. We'll be getting in there shortly. Anyway, yeah, so the police came over earlier and they wanted to remove this flag, but we managed to argue our point and it's been kept. But apparently if it offends anybody, then it will have to be taken down. So let's hope we don't have anyone taking offence, because offence is taken, not given. Just remember that. I was due to start at 1:30, but I thought I'd start a little bit early to try and get some of the build up. We have flag wavers. They've been doing a good job for the last hour, and I say plenty of interest. Had a lot of people coming up to us asking what this is about. You know, didn't know it was happening. An old chap, he's gone off to get his friends and family because he supports the cause. There's Charlie Beach. Let's go and say hello to Charlie Beach.
Russia, no. Grozny was a terrible battle. Representing us. No, that's the Spanish. So you got the shoulder just in case the Pallies come over.
The Pallies are due. Apparently there's been 2 coach loads of them already. Charlie, I'm live at the moment. You ran off earlier. How you doing?
Everyone.
One Generation Media.
If anyone's wondering,
Yep.
I've got my Chechen Muslim undercover beard on, so that's why I got my head upside down.
Good stuff, Charlie. Good to see you anyway.
Thank
I
you.
watch your stuff all the time, so yeah, thank you for coming.
Loads
Marty.
of comment. Charlie Beach is a wanker.
Don't watch his stuff. Watch mine instead. I'm way better than
There you go, Marty. Marty Blackberry's
I
here
learned
as well.
everything I know from Marty.
I'll watch them both in about
Actually, it's the other way around.
Look at this rig. I'm liking this rig here. Look at
Yeah,
that.
me too.
Hey
Look at
mate,
that.
you okay?
This is what One
He's
Generation
even got the
Media is
filmmaker
aiming
yellow
for.
glasses on. Look at that.
I'm learning from you, bro.
Yeah?
Use the inspiration that got me started.
Can I get you on video? Can I film you? Is that right?
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
man.
I remember you
Greetings,
back-
Roman.
How many cameras in a circle?
How you doing, Roman?
Ryan, have
I
you
did
seen
promise
this
I'll
man's
make
setup?
you a
This man's
moderator
ready
last
for
time
war.
we spoke. So there you go.
That's like the North Korean passport control.
This is a nice rig. This is what we're all aiming for as small YouTube channels. Very nice, very nice.
I don't know what's going on
Hi,
here.
buddy. We're just checking out the rig at the minute. What's your name again? My brother knows you.
Ryan.
Ryan,
Ryan
played in on
Rampage.
One Generation
I
Media.
like your jacket.
I will add you up. Everyone's afternoon moment. Everyone's getting pictures with Charlie. He's definitely got the most subs, I think, out of any of us YouTubers at the minute. Young Bob's here. I don't know his real name yet, but I've spoke to you a few times.
Yeah.
You doing a speech again today? You're not really. Just come for support.
Yeah. Also, and I want to see what the protest and religious life is in Manchester. I've already been banned from one of the Dower stands down there.
Have you really?
Yeah, I want to go see if I can get a few of the cameras down here.
Great.
To film me getting shouted at.
I don't mind coming down there. Do you want to do it after or now or after better? let
There's also
them.
the socialists there as well. I just want to argue because they're saying they're against fascism, so I believe corporatism and like social ownership kind of entail the same thing, but just a different means.
It is true. It is. I say we know it, but they don't. They don't actually know it yet, do they? I will say whenever you want to go, just grab me and we'll go and have a look. How far is it?
I want to see if anyone else is here that I know. Just to see.
Get someone that's got more subscribers than me. Yeah, no worries.
I don't really care.
Try and get Charlie down.
Let's try to brief.
What about the Lee anti-Antifa guy? He'll do that with you. He definitely goes down and challenges
I've
them.
never spoken to him.
Let's go and find him. I met him earlier. As soon as I find him, Bob, I'll bring him over to you. Yeah. No worries. Steve, he wants to go and challenge the Darwin stand. So I said
Well,
we'll
I've
go
already challenged them. They already kicked off.
Yeah.
They already kicked off. You know, I went down the Muslim stand and they already kicked me out. I was trying to speak to the. I want to argue that
I'm allowed to tell it I'm Catholic.
I'm trying to find out. Yeah, Lee, you'll go down there.
Wait.
essentially absorb the entire resources of the state and of private business. So you have the same thing in essence from what the socialists want. The socialists want government control everything, the means of production elected by the people also being in government.
Yeah.
So if we take it that the end result is just the state or the private sector owning everything, it's the exact identical thing.
Good afternoon, Banty. Welcome to the chat. Please hit that like button, everybody, and get this shared out for awareness. We'll be kicking off at 2 o'clock with speeches.
Fighting the good fight.
Yeah, and of course my religious identity kind of has some political ones as well. Like, of course, like if I can't be a Christian and believe in abortion. I can't be a Christian and believe in certain gender identity disorders. So
I love what you do. You are the future, aren't you? So we got something to speak about. And you are the next generation.
oh no.
So you're not.
You definitely do a good job. I enjoy watching you anyway, especially at Speaker's Corner.
Yeah.
I enjoy it myself, but sometimes I need to do it. What's going on here?
Into the Antifa lot. Yeah, go on, let's go and have a look.
At some
Yeah,
point,
let's go and have a look at them.
I really did want to have a discussion.
They're all this side, Bob, anyway. This is where they usually hang around. Right, everyone.
You wanna, wait, can I?
Yep.
Would you allow me to hold the camera and go around? Because usually I get played up as liberal.
Here now, you mean,
Yeah.
if you want.
I know.
Sorry, Valucious. Oh, Bob. Yeah, this is it.
I don't know.
I know.
Here we go. I'm following you, Bob, so it looks like you got your own cameraman. Let's have a.
So, what exactly is this organisation?
We're not here to talk right now. Yeah, we need to organise something.
Well, who is the organisation that I can speak to?
Who's available to talk? Come on,
Yeah.
one of you must want to talk. Anybody want to talk?
No, go away. No, so my ethos is that I want to have a time.
They want to know me. Go away.
Well, of course, but you're counter-protesting. Protesters are simply facing off at someone that you disagree with. Now, my political ethos
Mate, go away.
certainly,
Go away. You're
certainly,
invading my space. Can you go away, please? All right. Give
No
me,
one
give
is
me a
gonna
meter.
talk to you.
Give me at least a meter.
So,
Can you
so
go somewhere
my
else?
political and
I don't
religious
care.
ethos
I don't care.
is essentially
Go away.
that if
Go
you
away. I'm not talking
villainize
to you.
me,
Excuse me. Can you ask him to leave us alone? He's trying to harass me.
This person
He's
is a
trying to
very
harass me.
nasty person. He's here to cause trouble. Go away.
Go away.
No,
What
go
am
away.
What am I known for? Trouble. Where can you defer me? Where can you cite me a source where I've had trouble?
That's why you're here, to cause trouble. Go away.
I genuinely, I'm a political and religious debater. I simply want to talk with someone. I am a debater.
Go and talk to Jesus over there. That's your spot. Look, you've been told.
Jesus
That's your spot. Go
Jesus
away.
penetrates everything.
Can you believe this? Nobody wants to talk.
I just want to have a discussion
Go
with one
away.
person.
Go and discuss it
One
over there.
single individual. Who is the organizer of the church?
You
Excuse me, you're touching my camera. That's actually criminal damage.
You are
Thanks.
not.
Would you
go away?
Refugees are welcome here!
Say it loud, say it clear!
Whoa, fuck you.
Say it loud, say it clear! Say it loud, say it clear!
I'm shouting in my face. I'm shouting in my face as well. So,
Say it loud, say it
Don't
clear!
shout in this year, man.
Say it loud, say it clear!
I just want to have a
Refugees are welcome here!
Say it loud and say it clear!
Refugees are welcome here!
Say it loud!
Alright, here we have the opposition, everybody.
Welcome here!
Say it loud and say it clear!
Refugees are welcome
Say it loud, say it clear!
Come on, then, guys.
Say it loud, say it clear!
Refugees are welcome here! Refugees are welcome here!
Young Bob's been rescued. Thanks, Charlie.
I'm going to do it, man. You're good.
Jolly.
Well, we tried, everybody. We tried to have a normal discussion with them, but as you can see, they never want to talk. They just want to shout.
Normal.
They came up and started putting stuff in our face.
Where did you come from?
A bit lively over here, guys.
Where's that? Oh, that's a bit of a drive, isn't it?
Thank you
very much, Charlie.
Well done, Bob. That was a good start.
Maybe a shock if they get any closer.
But I do want to go back because that's what I love doing. Because I'm young, I'll just get changed somewhere and act like a liberal.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Just act like a commie.
Yeah.
You
They
can
are.
get some shots up here.
They are quite more aggressive.
I'm going to go around
aren't
when,
they?
once Nick and his Jack are coming today.
Yeah, they'll be here at 2 o'clock.
They'll be here on the dot. Well, allow me to speak to them.
Oh, watch out. We're getting pushed back. We're getting pushed back.
It's only big questions, right? So it's not you. No, you tell people first.
Our security guy here. As you can see, we've got some good old protesting going on here, everybody. There's young Bob gone. Supposed to be tailing him. Steve, where's Bob gone? Isn't it? Charlie's got the right spot. Charlie's a local, he knows the good spots in Manchester. So as you can see, everybody, we tried to have a discussion with them and we got abuse held at us, signs in our face, all the good stuff. What we've come to enjoy. If you can please hit that like button and share, let's get as many people on this as we can. We're still being pushed back. Right, let's go and find John Bob. Bob's made it over there. Hang on. We're allowed to climb up on there. I've got to get near Bob.
If you want to get on, mate, get on.
So Bob is still trying to have a conversation. He's doing his best to have a conversation with one of them. That was fun, Are they really? They got to make them young, didn't they? So as you can see, our brilliant Patriot demonstration is happening over there. And now we have a couple of the first coachloads of the Palestinian lefties that have come to counter-protest us. Nice to be. Well done. And we are united. Unite the kingdom. Yes. Which umbrella, Matt? Days against Nazis. That's like what was it? Queers for Palestine, isn't it?
They're the same sign of my demo in Manchester.
None of these realise that the same thing happened in Iran. Yeah, they started up with the left. The first people they got rid of were the left. They just don't have a clue. I've got a pink suit over there. They are. You tell them, son. Yes. Auntie, they don't want to talk. We tried to have a civil conversation with them, with young Bob, and it just resorted in shouting and putting signs in our face. No doubt we'll be back with these lot.
What about the lines there, right? Like we're not up here.
Oh, dear. I like the fact we don't get asked to move up here. A safe space. I mean, look at some of them. Look, it's got bloody. Where's it going? Look at that bit. I don't know, bloody fake, innit? It's a fake cash, that one. Sure it is over there. Behind the sign. Greater Manchester Police doing a fantastic job keeping us apart. Sydney, I tried to follow you, but it wouldn't let me, so I didn't follow you. On One Generation Media, I tried to send you a message and it came up as I don't know why I wouldn't, just One Gen Media.
One Gen.
Yeah, exactly.
There we
That's
are.
it. Cool.
There you are, mate.
Thank you.
That's all right.
That's how you're in my channel song now because I've got a clip of us when it was at the last one. But,
Let's give it a watch.
yeah, I've got to send it, but it didn't let me. Are you speaking today? You're speaking again today, yeah? So you was probably to tears last time.
Yeah, I'm planning not to cry this time, but I said that last
It happens. It's human nature.
It's the fact that you're so vulnerable in front of so many people. These cunts won't help.
Oh, don't. Apparently they're coming on coach loads, aren't they? Demonstrating against us. Oh, yes. Finally, we got our own.
Yeah. They've only got megaphones.
This is our lot. This is Sydney. It's going to be a good one today, people. Make sure you hit that like button and share it around. The famous unwashed. That's it, British Patriot. Proud nation of people. And notice where all the police are? And come on, dear.
Yeah, you're alright. Thank you, Dave.
They wouldn't take any of
You can never trust the left or
With your kids!
You can never
I
trust
love
the
this
left
one.
or
With your kids. You can never trust a lefty. Never trust a lefty. Never trust a lefty with your kids. Oh, this is how it's going to go down today, people. Christ is King. We'll come down there. Right. I'm going to go back to the Patriot section now, people. Bear with me. That was an introduction to the left of Manchester. Where did Sydney go? So, that'll be the lefty side, and this is our Patriot side.
Coming scum off our streets! Coming scum off our streets! Coming scum off our streets!
Sing along in the chat if you know this one.
Off our streets! Coming scum off our streets!
Army scum off our streets. Alright, Sydney's back in safety, so we can now move around. So, speakers are going to be starting off at 2 o'clock. We've got Nick Tenconi coming down, everybody, UKIP party, Patriots of Britain, and we've got victims and survivors that are going to be telling their stories. Alan, so you are here. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, bro.
I'm live at the minute. Alan's here as well, everyone. You are. all you speakers are special. Sydney special, Alan, and we've got plenty of other speakers and people to talk later on. So yeah, please share this, everyone. Please get it out there. Yeah, there's RBM. You didn't want to come over to the left side. Have a look there. Oh, sorry, yeah. That's right. Cool. £30 an hour, is that how much they're paid, Sonia Ruiz? No wonder they're out in force. Copyright, buddy. There you go, that was an introduction to the left of Manchester. Here we go, we have our signs and the UKIP flag. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
I think I saw you in London. Were you in London with the flag?
No, Keighley.
Keighley.
Keighley in West Yorkshire, yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks for coming. I've been to the London ones before. There is another guy with a UKIP flag that comes usually down south. So I'll just do a quick video. I'm live at the minute, so I'll do a quick video of your signs. See.
There's two other sides as well, you know.
I'll go around and have a look. So I fully agree with Nick and UKIP at the minute. They're the only ones offering mass deportations, which is going to save the country. That one's for us. We are the new media. Right, what time do we have, everybody? Lieutenant, you're a moderator as well now. Enjoy the channel perks. You get a free Apple turnover with that one. Right, so I want to set up a good spot for you guys everywhere. I want to get some crowd reaction and the speakers. So let's get in there somewhere. Hey, look at the left. The left of Manchester. Definitely brought the count up. Why on earth did they cancel this? Look at the important cause that we're here for. And they've got the nerve to come out and counter protesters. Ah, chandeliers. Well, we'll have to have a moderator get together for the channel, you see. So yeah, we'll do another batch. Another batch of apple turnovers. LTG can tell you all how they look.
My name is Sam. How do you do?
Thank you for being there. Please hit that like button and share. I'll check the time. Let me just do a little hand. Let me just put the number down on the stand for a second. I'll go around again shortly. We're now blasting them with the music. Beat them at their own frequency. And they're with me. I'm just going to set the camera up to the stationary Right, so everybody, check the time. I'll hold you still for a minute. Right, so about half an hour from now, we should have Nick Tenconi, UKIP, and all the other speakers coming up to give their important speeches, everybody. I don't really want to give them too much airtime, but while they're here. We can't hear you anymore. How many refugees have you got in your own homes? And you're all on the way. We never, never, never. Britannia rules the world. Never, never, never will be slain. I'm going to give them some patriotic music, like usual, everybody. Let's be late for everybody to arrive. Yeah, well, I don't mind. Excellent stuff. Right, here, this one. Might have to go a bit mental. Born with a willy, born with a willy, you're a man. Born with a willy, you're a man. If you're born with a willy, you're a man. If you're born with a willy, born with a willy, born with a willy, you're a man. If you're born with a badge, you're a woman. Born with a badge, born with a badge, you're a woman. Never trust a lefty with your kids.
Where's the fascism over here? I don't get it.
Very true. I don't realise it happens in Iran. They're partnering with the left. First ones they killed was the left. Exactly. You know what I mean? They're sympathetic towards Islam. They're going to be the first victims. Exactly. Straight there. It won't be so bad. It's all right. Open there. If he shuts the lefties up and he teaches them lesson, fuck it. It's the direction it's going anyway. What's that? Gays against? Okay. It's advertising space for Palestine. Yeah, exactly. Unlucky, you never got your PA this week. Shame. Hi guys. I try and keep up with the chat, but we've got so much going on here. Guys. Should have been aborted. Well, we can't hear you. She's got a pair of glasses on and she says she can't fucking see. I'm So I will be trying to keep up with the chat, everyone, but I've got to watch my back and stuff around here because we've got a lot of lefties.
I can see half of you women are fucking willies. That's what I can see.
Don't be classes for that, do we?
We want to be here.
You hear the fascist sing?
I can't hear a fucking thing. Can you hear the fascist sing? I can't hear a fucking thing. They're just outcasts. Nobody wants fucking you in Manchester. Leave the country when it's alone.
We're officially starting at 2, everybody, but we've got some early action for you. Patriots, growing in numbers. They're starting at 2 o'clock.
Anyone bothering with that girl?
As you can see, there are a lot of people on our
Out of the numbers, get on you! The people of Manchester are not with you!
There's not many people on our side.
I can't talk off the ball down, mate. It's a fucking fun about it, right?
As you can see, everyone, there's no fascism on this side. It's all over there. Common sense, yeah.
They're just making it about something completely different. It's not about refugees, it's not about any of that shit.
Just the rental mark, £30 an hour. That's for all of them.
Freedom! 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 Freedom!
This is our side of the room.
You can never trust the lefty with your kids! You can never trust the lefty! Never trust the lefty! Never trust the lefty with your kids! You can never trust the lefty! You can never trust the lefty! You can never trust the lefty! Never trust the lefty! Never trust the lefty with your kids! There's more than Reform are going to win the next election.
Yeah.
Does anyone know that what we think of Tottenham, Chan?
Yeah.
We're going to turn that into what we think of lefties, right?
Yeah. What do you think of lefties? Shit! What do you think of shit? Lefties!
One for all of you. See you later. Patriot side over here, everyone.
Sit down, shut up!
Sit down. Let's go get some action. Oh, we're being barricaded in a little bit. Stay with me, people. So that's one lefty being arrested, everybody. You can see over there the lady in the pink.
One down, 10,000
That's it.
I got to keep it funny now. Operation Human Shield.
No.
Where's that load of all the blacks up?
Exactly. There's going to be more of that from that side, isn't it? Definitely. We're definitely here peaceful, spreading a good cause.
You all need to get jobs.
Pedo scum! Pedo scum!
Off our streets!
Pedo scum! Off our streets! Pedo scum! Off our streets! Pedo scum! Off our streets!
Yeah, one of their ones. There she goes, everyone. There she goes.
Disgusting classy! You are supposed to see it passing!
Cheerio, man. Off you go. Cheerio, man. Off you go.
Off our streets!
That's one pedo off our streets.
Off our streets!
Off our streets.
Off our streets! Off our streets! Off our streets! Off our streets!
Oh, Nick. You alright, guys? We're live at the minute. This is brilliant. Where have you been?
Hello, mate.
How you doing? You alright, guys? I might, one of theirs has been nicked already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of theirs. One of theirs.
Here he is, Italian, Italian.
Here he is, Tony. If you need any help, mate, I'll have Nick's here, everyone. Bob. Nick survived. You wanted to see Nick, huh? Nick's here. Yeah. Right, everybody, Nick Tenconi's arrived, as you saw. That means the speeches are going to be starting very soon. I'll try and get back over there. Better signal.
Fight for your children!
Right, Precious Quincy, how you doing? Just going through the chat, everybody. If I miss you, I'm sorry. Just got to keep my wits about me here at the minute. There's been a few attacks from behind, etc., etc. Good afternoon, Salvi, Roman, LTG doing a good job in chats. POB in the house. Right. Try and sort this
So I wanted to say, my girlfriend is here today to speech to reflect the abuse of a 5-year-old girl. Right? We've just arrested her mother. We've arrested her mother and left her in prison and documents to go on the case. We've arrested her and then taken her to a police station now. But 5 minutes ago, one of our women was pushed by one of those actors. What did the police do? Nothing! They've arrested the mother of a child abuse survivor! Shame on you! 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 You're a pedo through and through, all of you!
You tell them. That's right. I've never seen refugee. But they don't put them up in their own houses.
Would you have them in your house?
Exactly.
No, you wouldn't.
How many do you
Why
home?
don't you let them in your house then? Huh? They've never seen a refugee.
Would you let them in your house?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So I'm on the other side.
You got Nick on the... He's gone over there to shout at him. I can't see him. So maybe I have to go in front of you with it. Try and get Nick in there. Where is he? He's up there somewhere. So Nick's gone to take on the lefty crowd, but we can't see him at the minute because we're a bit barriers in at the moment.
If you're born with a will, you're a man. If you're born with a willie, you're a man.
Chris, we'll have to get a bit of footage of Nick against him. I'll have to come back out in 5 minutes.
Nah, just stay there, man.
We need a flag up there, don't we, John?
Just plug it in the battery side for everyone. Well, what's happened here? We've got Islamists trying to get into Nick. Let me know how the sound goes in a minute. I'm just going to disconnect the mic for a sec. I'll give it about 20 minutes, everyone, till I can get charged up, and I'll reconnect the mic if the sound isn't that great. They're going to change back to front, I think. Go with me. Where, buddy? I'll have a hand. Simon, how you doing, mate? That was a fun start to it, wasn't it? Sorry, I can't get in there. Right, how are we doing from here? Does this look alright? Signal good? Hey, pop this back. Hey, Mr. Tenconi.
Good turn.
We are the people. Let's see them. Hey, Nick's in the house, everybody. Hi moderators, how's the pitch quality at the moment? Is it buffering or is it okay?
Yes, it's alright. New one, see you. Yeah, new. No, we've been. I didn't want to come too early, you see, so yeah. Where's Nick? Yeah, I'm just seeing him.
I might have to ask him that later on after the event, Lieutenant. He's a little bit busy at the minute.
Brian!
Brexit Brian! Yes.
I'm going to Dover tomorrow, we're driving down. I'm going Dover as well, I'll be in Dover. Nick?
He's there.
Come to here as well. You're everywhere.
Hi, Billy. Hi.
I don't have to see me. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
Best of luck. I wanted to go long ways, but I can't.
There you go.
You've got one?
I've got a spare one.
Have you?
It's not good quality, but...
Share yours anyway, can't I? It's shared there anyway. So people can go on there and watch that.
is that alright?
Brilliant. Can I borrow it? And it that twist.
It doesn't twist, that's the thing, it's a bit of a...
How do I
it's
go
not as good.
long ways then? Can it go long ways?
Oh yeah, hang on.
Oh, you've got plenty of room there.
Oh, I don't know actually. Yeah, I don't think it will.
No, it won't. Only landscape.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Unless it turns around.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, no. You can use it long ways if you want.
I can do that without, can I?
Yeah, go on.
I'll do it with the...
Oh.
I'm going over tomorrow, staying over
Many more. Huh? It wouldn't work, it doesn't go long ways. I keep losing my spot at the front, so I'm just floating around now. I'll try and get it. If I can get it in there, that'd be great. Thanks.
What are your channels, by the way, just so I can follow you?
One Generation Media.
YouTube or?
YouTube it is. At One Gen Media. It's the quickest way to find us.
Right, how is everyone today? Thank you everyone for coming up here to Manchester. Thank you for the locals for coming along to stand up for our children. First of all, before we start,
Real British Media.
I've seen his face, but
Patriots of Britain for putting this event on. So come on,
That's right.
guys.
My thing looks like that when you find me.
To go, and we have the
know,
same message. We are here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to protect our children.
Okay.
just documenting and being helpful.
Good stuff.
Russell will go ballistic if they find out I'm here, so.
What channel were you from?
He's not saying.
I'm sure I heard it earlier and I was like, I recognise that.
Yeah, you probably have. I am on Twitter, but I try not to advertise who I am.
I'll wait till you follow me.
Yeah, you'll see me. You'll see me.
My channel is Real British Media.
Yeah, I'll take the. Thank you.
Yeah.
You'll have seen me on Twitter.
You been down Speaker's Corner?
Yeah, I definitely have.
London.
Once, but probably not me.
That's what I mean, I heard it earlier and I was like, yeah, I definitely know that.
Because people like this shouted racist and Nazi and stop the perpetrators getting assaulted and getting arrested. These people enable paedophilia across Britain as they are the cover that allows for groomers to hide in. The police are no better. What we see here today is another example of two-tier policing. We were told the police, the left wing would not be allowed anywhere near the stage to intimidate survivors of child abuse. But here they are. When people get arrested, do they get arrested for attacking people? No. The police are scared of them, which makes the police complicit. It's a real shame. It is an absolute real shame. But I do thank everyone for coming here today. It's such an important event. It gives survivors of child abuse a chance to tell their story in a positive environment. Without them. And we also have some fantastic politicians here today who are going to say what they can do to fix Britain. So without further ado, I would like to announce our first speaker, Billy Howard from Parents Against Grooming, a fantastic local man. Let's hear it for Billy, everyone!
Billy!
Thank you guys, thank you. Thank you for you guys that took the time out to come here today and stand for your kids, stand for everyone. Again, thank you for coming and standing for your kids. Nearly fell then. Because others won't. If we don't do it, this is what's left. An absolute disgrace. Now, I find myself in a peculiar position today. I'm normally the one with the biggest mouth on this stage. But as it stands, I'm bound by what's called PERDA. I'm in an election, I'm in a by-election, and I've got to be careful what I say. But you know what? Fuck them, fuck PERDA. I will speak up for our kids whenever I need to. It doesn't matter. They can take it away from me, I don't care. I'm not speaking about our children and trying to protect our children.
That's a
I'm
signal,
making a stand
everyone.
in Rochdale in a by-election because I want to make it safer for Rochdale's children. I want to go further than that, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to be a quick speech from me today. Not only do I want to make it safer in my town of Rochdale, but everywhere else in the UK, and that's why this week I've joined Rupert Low's inquiry as a member of the panel. I will be going to the Rupert Low inquiry and I'll be giving them all the evidence I've shared with every one of you over the last 20 years. I'll be sharing that with the inquiry. It's going, it's time, we can't stand this no more. I can't bear to keep watching these children suffer time and time again. Guys, don't worry about these. If you get too close, you'll catch acne. Don't go anywhere near them. Stay away from them. We're not worthy of your time. What's worthy of your time, guys, and I've got to point this out, is the speakers who stand before you here today. What I've seen at the last couple of demos is they're speaking to people's backs because they're too busy arguing with these. It's unacceptable. We can't do it. We've got to give them our undivided attention. Believe you and me, it's not easy to stand up here. It really is not. And for a survivor like myself, yes, I am a survivor of abuse. For a survivor like myself, it's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. I stood here with Jack 4 years ago. I was with him then when we stood here 4 years ago, and we're still fighting the same fight now. We've got to keep fighting because it's not going to go away. because the people like that won't allow it. These will make sure it gets buried. We can't bury it. We've got to keep fighting. So thank you for your time, guys. God bless you. God bless our children. Right, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Let's go for Billy again. Up next, we have another politician. Many of you know him already, I'm sure. It's Nick Tenconi, the leader of UKIP.
Yay! Come on, Nick. Woo, woo.
Nick! Tell them all the lectures over there. Tell them the lectures.
For those who say that this campaign isn't about politics, you are wrong. This is as political as it gets. UKIP will establish a national inquiry with full powers to compel testimony from politicians, public servants, school teachers, police and social workers involved in the cover-ups. Anyone found guilty of deliberately covering up the grooming gang, paedophile, rape gangs, or involved in the cowardice will face the most extreme of punishment.
Just turn it out!
Yeah.
UKIP will provide lifetime trauma support for victims of grooming gangs, funded through the seizure of offender assets and penalties imposed on complicit authorities. UKIP will make it illegal for media outlets to censor the ethnicity and religious backgrounds of grooming gangs where it is relevant to understanding patterns of abuse. Ladies and I will begin mass deportations.
Yeah! That's what the people want.
Put me in power and I will mass deport every single Pakistani rape, paedophile, grooming gang, mafia, criminal. Put me in power and I will mass deport every single family member of the Pakistani rape, grooming gang, mafia. Put me in power and I will mass deport every single Pakistani community member and abuse. Put me in power and I will send home all those here who subscribe to a murderous, bigoted, backwards and evil mindset which causes them to commit the most heinous of crimes.
They're not so loud anymore.
And I will offer the British people a referendum on the death penalty to ensure those who interfere with children get their necks stretched. Put me in power and I will personally hold to account and advocate for the most extreme punishment for ordained clergy who dare interfere with children. Patriots, put me in power and I will deliver justice for the girls and the boys who have had their lives ripped apart by monsters. The NSPCC's latest stats suggest that 1 in 4 in Britain will now be subjected to some form of sexual abuse. Under my government, that means a direct order will be given to every chief of police that they are to put detaining and bringing to justice every single criminal choosing to interfere with children. Put me in charge and I will reinstate Christian justice back into the heart of government.
It's what all the people want, everybody.
I will reinstate all historic grooming gang cases from 1997 onwards.
As it should be. Afternoon, Emma. Thanks for joining us. Please hit that like button if you haven't done so already.
Where there is evidence of cover-up, cowardice or criminal neglect. UKIP will abolish the Crown Prosecution Service. We will abolish the CPS for failing victims, and we will restore prosecutorial powers to police departments with community oversight.
Fuck Antifa!
UKIP will mandate a minimum 25-year prison sentence for the grooming and rape of minors. UKIP will end automatic parole for sex offenders and implement full-term sentencing. We will enforce sex offender register for life with public notification for repeat and high-risk offenders. We will ban religious or cultural mitigation in sentencing. Justice will become blind to race and religion. We will deport community elders and religious leaders who provided cover or discouraged victims from coming forward.
Afternoon, Zen. Welcome to the chat. Hit that like button.
We will rebuild local police stations, ensuring community-rooted policing that prioritises the protection of our children. You don't get what you wish for, citizens. You get what you fight for.
There's no legal definition what a crowd is, so it depends on
These people behind me are not only terrorist sympathisers, they are paedophile sympathisers. They stand with the monsters. The left and the communists are here to call us racists, Nazis, bigots. They don't want us understanding who was part of the grooming, raping, paedophile Pakistani mafia. They are here to attempt to silence us. They are here to attempt to bully us. Their protest against us is our desire to go to source, to understand the demographics, the reason behind the paedophile, rape, grooming, gang mafia that was so predominantly within the Pakistani community. Their protest, ladies and gentlemen, is against our desire to go to source on some of the most heinous crimes of Britain's shame. Number one, they were in fact Pakistani paedophile rapists.
Oh, they're all Nazis, so we're protesting against Nazis.
The police refused to go into colonized no-go zones, not because they were frightened of physical harm, but that they were frightened of being called racists. We are talking about immigrants, and that does mean demographics, that does mean religion, but the left are here to call us racists. They're here to silence us. It is beyond words how disgusting and insidious these communists in Britain are. To them, I say, let me be as frank as I can. The communists refuse fairness. The communists refuse logic. They refuse truth and reason. Therefore, I say, we show them no mercy, no diplomacy, and no surrender.
No surrender. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are activists here today who have dedicated their lives on this campaign. When I say we're taking our country back, I mean it. And when I say we're taking our country back, I mean we're going to get justice for the boys and the girls as a #1 priority. And we are going to send those in Britain who do not deserve to be here, we are going to send them home, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hit that like button for Nick, everyone.
Welcome to Chat Terrorists. Anyone that joined us late, we had some fireworks earlier with the lefty Islamist brigade that you can see behind. There's a lot of police here now, big police presence. Lieutenant, what happened? Why have we lost 60 viewers? Get them back. Get those viewers back. We can watch your music later.
There goes us here again for Nick Tenconi. Up next we have another fantastic speaker, another great local campaigner from Oldham. We have Roger Meir in the end. Let's have a Roger, everyone.
Roger Meir, everybody.
Oh, there it is.
Right,
is it blurred, really? It
shouldn't
be. Let me change position. He's still alive then. He survived. Oh, you're right. I think it's a bit better over here.
Testing. Hello everybody, let's start with the obvious. There's only two types of people here today. People for paedophilia and people against paedophilia. Who are you? You're against paedophilia. That's why we're here today. It's got nothing to do with anything else here. It's not about politics.
Yeah, the speaker's terrible, to be fair. I think it blew. It doesn't sound good. See if it stabilises. I mean, the picture was good before, but there's a hell of a lot of police here now, and they've got their... You can see they've got their scrambling cameras with them. So,
but that's how far this country has fallen.
Not to mention the lefty brigade over there at the back. I'm sure they've got a few jammers and stuff going on.
But we've all got to take personal responsibility for the state of our country, because we all could have done more. We all could have spoken up sooner. We all could have spoken up louder. We all could have looked into the RMP and
no hearts. Press the heart button on the right.
But we all could have done more. Now, I'm here today to talk about the next step from this journey. The people who've been fighting this for years now, like Billy, like Roger, other people fighting this for years, they've got us to this point now. They've got us to a point where no politician in the country can ignore that anymore now.
See if that stabilises for a bit.
It's not a conspiracy theory anymore now. This has been mentioned in Parliament, and they've used the term Pakistani grooming gangs in Parliament. It's not a conspiracy, it's not a far-right conspiracy. this is facts now. But what do we do with the facts? Do we carry on coming out here a couple of times a year, shouting, giving speeches, slapping each other on the back that we've done our bit? Because nothing's changing yet. We've kept this alive, and well done for everybody who's kept this alive, because that was the hard part. It was silence for decades. This has been going on since the 1970s, by the way. 1970s, I first heard about this sort of stuff when I was a kid, from girls I knew when I was a child in South Manchester. It's been going on for 40, 50 years.
They should be there somewhere, Terry. Have a look. Press the button or something.
So how do we end it? Because that's the important bit. How do we make sure this never happens?
Zen, you're asking who? Them over there.
We hold the politicians who hid it and covered it up to account. They're the only two things I want. We can deal with the pedos, we'll send them to jail. You know, that's being done now, even though it's still continued, that's being done. But the two important things is, how do we stop it?
I will zoom in a bit, so I'll see if this stabilises the picture a bit for you.
And I've asked them, what do you want us to achieve? What do you want? And they always say, Nick, I'd rather I wasn't a victim in the first place. That's what I would like, not to have been a victim in the first place. But we can't do that, we haven't got a time machine. So the next best thing is to make sure no one else is a victim. And the only way we achieve that is making sure the politicians understand that we're not going to accept it anymore. And what do politicians want?
Yeah, so if it goes a bit blurry, just refresh everybody and it should be back to normal. Probably because I was zoomed in, so it dilutes the graphics, you know.
Politicians want to get elected again. That's all they want. I've spoken to prime ministers and civil servants all the way down to local councillors. Most of them don't believe in the policies they're pushing. It's just a job to them. If you work in Tesco's, you might not like what they sell, but you still sell it because that's your job. And the politician's job is to sell the policies of the government. Most of them don't believe what they're saying because all they care about is votes. All they care about is climbing that greasy pole. A councillor wants to become an MP, an MP wants to become a minister wants to become prime minister, a prime minister wants to run the WEF when he retires and become a billionaire, just like Tony Blair managed to do. So that's all they want to do. We need to ensure that when they hear about what we've said here today and they want your votes, we need to make sure that they go, I need to start doing what you want us to do. Now forget about Labour. Labour are unsavable. So don't worry about Labour. Labour will do nothing in power. Because the reason why they won't do anything in power is because this one issue has the potential to destroy the Labour Party forever. Because once we find out local councillors were raping children, once we find out that local councillors knew what was going on and covered it up, once we find out Labour MPs knew what was going on in their area and turned a blind eye, once we realised Labour ministers knew what was going on and told the police don't investigate, once all that comes out, and it will come out eventually, but once it comes out, that could be the end of the Labour Party. I don't mean the end of the government, I mean the end of a political party called Labour. Now the Tories are almost as bad. The Tories helped cover it up. Not as much as Labour, but Tories covered it up because they knew some of their councillors were probably involved. They knew some of their MPs turned a blind eye. But the Tory party is going through change, so maybe they will see the light if we can convince them that that's how they may get votes again. And I would never vote for the Tory party again, because they let us down over 14 years. But we have other parties out there, you know, smaller parties who may make it. If they don't make an impact, if we're giving them our votes, the bigger parties will notice and go, I want those votes, so I will do what they're saying because I might get your vote. Our democracy is not perfect, and it is failing at the moment, but it's the only game in town. Because what's the alternative? Violence on the streets? And do we think violence on the streets will change anything? We can't beat the state. It's too big, it's too powerful. Last year they let prisoners out of jails to lock up people who tweeted nasty things online. So they will hammer us again if we turn to violence. We need to use the only game in town, which is our vote. And it may take several years because Labour's going to be in for several years now. But what comes after that? As long as they're better than Labour, that's a step in the right direction. And maybe they won't be perfect, but what comes after that? This is a war, this is a marathon, this isn't a sprint. If we think we're going to change our political system and get rid of some of these pedo apologists in our councils and in our parliament, it's going to take years. Fight worth having. If this is a fight worth having to protect our children from being raped, and it's not just Muslim Pakistani gangs, it's a Church of England, it's BBC News presenters. I've had paedophiles arrested, I've had paedophiles prosecuted, and they were all white people. This isn't for me about Pakistani Muslims, it's about protecting our children. And if we can't protect our children, then what good are we? We might as well give up now if we don't protect our children. And it's on all of us. It's on all of us to take personal responsibility. It's on all of us to do a tiny, tiny bit more than we're doing today. And you as an individual won't change anything, but there's 70 million of us. There's 70 million people in this country that despise paedophilia. And if we all did a little bit and you add that up, that's a tsunami of change. Governments have fallen across Eastern Europe for less than this. Governments fall across the world less than this. So we can make this government fall. We can ensure the government starts serving the people and stop serving themselves. But we have to do it. So take heart. This battle now is half won. A couple of years ago, we were lunatics, we were conspiracy theorists, we were racists. We're not any of those things now. The world knows we're right. It's all over the world about how our children are gang raped. So let's be better Englishmen, let's be better English women, let's be better parents, let's be better citizens, and let's make sure the end of raping our children starts coming.
I'd say definitely 1,000.
And to the one
you can hear me.
put it up and allow it to happen. Keep your chin up, keep fighting. Well done, thank you.
Hey.
Thank you very much, Nick. Let's hear it again from Nick Buckley, MBA. Right, before we move on to our next speaker, I actually have a message for the left, so if you do pause for 2 seconds. There we go. Well, up next we have a fantastic campaigner again, a lady who's really pushed to hold the grooming gangs to account and get justice for the girls. Let's hear it for Debbie Van Cole, everyone!
They've just got no respect, have they, for an important cause?
Eh?
They've got no respect for an important cause, have they? There is. Rent a mob.
Yeah. You're all well. Thanks for coming today. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about. And mainly it's about what happens at your council, what happens with your politicians, and what you could do about it. I'll give you a brief description of what happened to me. I know many of you know what happened to me. I went up to the council to try and hold them to account regarding grooming gangs in Oldham. What resulted in that was me. The police was brought in, they tried to arrest me, but they couldn't arrest me because I was behaving. So they decided to walk out the council, abandon the meeting 3 times, and then they decided to just ignore me, so I heckled them. When I heckled them, I exposed quite a lot that I'd seen online. A lot of the stuff that I did see was from a man called Roger Meir, and he's here somewhere. I don't know where he is, but he's here somewhere. Roger Meir exposed quite, oh, he's there. Roger me exposed quite a lot, and if you've all got your phones, if you can get your phone out, everybody get your phones out, and I want you to go on to, just go into Google search and type in Reticent 9. If you don't follow Reticent 9, you need to, because that is Roger Mere's site, and he will give you quite a lot of information. There's also another website that I would like you to follow on your phones, and that's called #TheDayNew. And that is from Maggie Oliver, and Maggie Oliver is trying to raise funds to actually take these people to account. They are trying to hold them to account. She's getting barristers, solicitors, and she's going after the politicians, the chief inspectors. She's going after the social workers. They are the people that we need to go for. We've got all the information on them, and we need to keep on at them about it. What happened with me is a bit of a bittersweet, because I had to move out of Oldham. I was Oldham born all my life. But I had to flee because there was a man called Mohammed Imran Ali, i.e. Irish Jimmy, who decided to share my face, my home, my name into 18 Islamic groups, calling me a far-right racist. Mohammed Imran Ali, i.e. Irish Jimmy, is best mates, possibly husband and wife, with Arush Shah, who's the leader of Oldham Council Labour at the moment. And he is often seen walking through the corridors of the Oldham Council. So Oldham Council can't be trusted. I also went and confronted Andy Burnham, the Mayor and Police and Crime Commissioner of Greater Manchester. I went personally with documentation to give to him. He didn't know I was going, and he didn't want to take the information because he knew what information I was giving him. He didn't want the world to see, but that information is now out there. If there's anything I can say to you to encourage you, more than anything, is go out and vote. That is the most important thing, because right now, that's the only thing we've got to get them out. Until Maggie can get them in court, until Roger Mere can do more exposure, we need to be supporting these people more than anybody. Oh, we know it, we're back. It was going in and out then, sorry. Yeah. Well, Jim McMahon and Sean Fielding. Well, Sean Fielding...
Hi Janie B, please hit that like button. Nick Tenconi has done his speech.
Council chambers
He's over there.
and said that grooming gangs and child sexual exploitation in Oldham is bare-faced lies. That it don't happen. But I've had survivors contacting me personally. Many survivors contacting me, and I have helped them and guided them to the support that they need. So I just wanted to give a quick talk to
Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester.
If you can, #TheDayNew. Please get that up on your phones and support Maggie Oliver. Anything you can. Even if it's just £1, just donate £1.
#TheDayNew. If you can put that in chat, please.
Likewise, Roger Mere, support him, buy him a coffee, and make sure you tune into his podcasts on Sunday evenings on YouTube. As for me, Irish Jimmy might have run me out of Oldham, but I'm living in a beautiful place now. I've got a beautiful home. I'm 20 minutes from the seaside, and I absolutely love it.
Thank you, Zen.
Do you know when they say everything happens for a reason? I've now got a beautiful home. I've got a lovely life, and I'm happy. And do you know what? I can come to Manchester and Oldham whenever I want to. So they can, excuse my language, they can all fuck off. There's Debbie back. Can't everyone is saying that for Debbie?
Well done, Debbie.
Right guys, if I could just avert everyone's attention to my right, your left over there. You can see that left-wing activists have come round to antagonise our protest and have the police remove them, like they pushed our people back.
Let's go find them.
What are the police doing? Oh, the police are protecting them. We've already backed into the police and asked for them to be removed, but did the police remove them? No. Once again, we see two
Let's go and have a look, people. There's a lot of cameras on the speakers at the moment. We'll go and check out these lefties. We're here to unite for the children, Janie, against the grooming gang scandals, holding those who are accountable to what has been not done, basically. It's a turning point event with UKIP, United Kingdom Independence Party, Nick Tenconi, and Patriots of Britain. So, as you can see, that was the trouble we had with the lefties earlier. They're brain dead, a lot of them. And we've got more trying to get around the back of us. We've already had a few attempted attacks, but they haven't got anywhere near us so far. Pull it out for a bit and see what's going on. Never seen so many police in Manchester before without a football match being on, as there is today. So these are the true fascists. These lot with the pink and yellow signs. There's that over there. So they've been moved on. Let's go and check out back down here now. Sorry, let's just go through there. Thank you. Excuse me. Sorry, thanks. We'll keep an eye on them on this side.
I did not care what your background is. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and we are fighting an evil here. This isn't just wrong, we are fighting an evil here. I was first told about this, and it is shame on me. When I was first told about this, I did not believe it. So they are right to shout shame on me, because it was shame on me. I spent the best part of 20 years of my life believing I was doing the right thing serving this country. And I came home, and a friend of mine, his name is Warren Bates, died last year. I sat at his deathbed. I didn't know him at the time. Nutcase of an old man, insistently contacting me. Please come and have a look at this. Please come and have a look at this. My life changed the day I dropped my daughter off at school for her first day in school. I dropped her off, I got in the car, and I drove from a leafy part of
How's the picture, everyone? We seem to be losing viewers faster than anything.
Like the lunatic he was, and I miss him dearly. He offered me a glass of water or a beer. I'd ask for a coffee. He then put in front of me a dossier of files, and that dossier of files, 6 years later, we now know there is no going back for anyone. Not only are the rape gangs real, the police and the politicians worked with each other to protect them. What happened in this country will be a shame. It is a shame, it's a national shame, and we will never go back from this until we have dealt with it. They sold children for votes. When we first started speaking out, Debbie calls here, and we don't see eye to eye on many things, do we, Debbie? I don't see eye to eye with many of you on many things, but on this, there are no sides on this. This is about the cover-up of the gang rape of children. How can there be sides on this? When the people who first came and stood alongside me, Debbie went to a council meeting, a few of us, there were elderly grandparents. It's shame on us that young men, I'm looking at you because we need more men like you, young people will not come and stand alongside us. The army we galvanised in our town was mainly pensioners. It's embarrassing, we all should be embarrassed. But we've got our elderly fighting for us, fighting for our children. I called her a disabled grandmother and she sent me a text message shouting at me, I remember the police turning up to the town hall, threatening the elderly with violence. I remember how, when we started speaking out, the police were mobilised and they went out knocking on doors of people, handing out what are called ASBOs. They were fake ASBOs actually, with the police letterhead on it, next to the council letterhead, threatening people for speaking out. I remember people who became friends of mine losing their jobs because the council wrote to their employers claiming they were far-right racists when all they had done was share posts that I had published, and so there's no ambiguity. I am indeed brown-faced and I am indeed also a Muslim. And they went and called me a far-right racist.
Those idiots over there.
And why? And what are refugees are welcome here got to do with any of this? Right? What has it got to do with any of this? This is the stupidity of these people. And as our numbers grew, because we will not go away, as our numbers grew, the police were mobilised. I lost count of the times they dawn raided my house that I shared at the time. The first time with my daughter who was 6 years old. They repeatedly dawn raided my house, 8 of them, 9 of them, time after time after time, to arrest me. And you know what they said when they put me in a cell? If you stop, all this will go away. If you stop, all this will go away. Well, wait, there is a reckoning coming for the police officers and the politicians, because there will be a national inquiry.
Yes!
We will not give up on this. There will be a national inquiry and these people will go to prison. Because it's already over for them, isn't it? A white Conservative MP for some rural part of the country stood up in Parliament 2 weeks ago. Katie Lamb was her name, is her name. In Parliament she stood up, and I'll quote her. She said this: fuck all the white girls and fuck the government. That is what these men believe when they were doing what they were doing. This isn't paedophilia. Do not for 1 minute mistake the rape gangs for paedophilia. This is about power, this is about entitlement, and this is about a belief structure that is completely at odds with our way of life. And we should stand up against it. And you are right to bring the banners that you have. You are right to bring the flags that you have, because that is what this is about. And yes, the Islamists have repeatedly openly endorsed my murder. And yes, the police protect these people. Why? Because they are neck deep in this scandal. Whether through accident or intent, they are neck deep in this scandal. And people say, Roger, who did this? You don't name names. I've been naming names from the beginning. And I'll name them in the middle of Manchester. The Greater Manchester Mayor, Andy Burnham, is neck deep in the cover-up of the grooming and gang rape of children. My MP, James Ignatius O'Rourke McMahon, covered up the grooming and gang rape of children, and he covered them up for votes. He used the funeral of Lee Rigby to hide, to keep from parents like you, that children in our town were being dragged off the streets into shisha bars where they were being groomed and gang raped. Children being dragged into cars from the gates of school, and you want me to look the other way? I don't care who the perpetrators are. I don't care if it was my brother. I would see them in prison and I would kick the crap out of them first.
Well done.
This wasn't a failure. Let's be clear, this wasn't a failure. This was callous. This was calculated. This was coordinated. And there are so many powerful people who are complicit in what took place. Children, yes, they were sold for votes. Children, yes, they were sold. And people looked the other way to protect their careers. Children were ignored, who were being gang raped because of this model of multiculturalism that has comprehensively failed this country, because multiculturalism in the way it has evolved does not work. It has not worked and it will not work, and we need to find a better way. We need to find a different way.
You see over there it hasn't worked.
There are many more, because you will see at the next general election, you will see, because this is political. The reason they tried to put me in prison is because I have made it political. The reason Rupert Lowe has launched his inquiry or his crowdfunder, £600,000 so far, nothing like this ever seen in this country. Because a small group of northern men and women made this political. We made this political because the solution to this is political. I don't enjoy these rallies, I'll be honest with you, but I've come to respect them. Because I come and meet people and I see people and I understand what these rallies are about now. These rallies are where we come and draw strength from each other, where we know and we look at each other and we know we're not on our own. Because the truth is, there are many more of us than there are of them. And it doesn't matter how many of us they put in prison. It doesn't matter how many of us they write hit piece after hit piece in the state-sponsored media about. We all now know the truth. Not only were the grooming gangs real, the cover-up was political. We can talk about, and I do talk about, the ideology of the men who committed these crimes. But everywhere I've been in the world, there are evil men doing evil things to children. Everywhere. The problem I have here is that our system, those who were entrusted to look after these children, sold our children. And they need to be held to account, and that is why, as well as supporting Rupert Lowe's inquiry, I also support Maggie Oliver's campaign. Maggie Oliver's campaign will see police officers, some of the most senior police officers, privately prosecuted. Maggie Oliver's campaign will see some of the most senior politicians in this country privately prosecuted. It does not matter if we win those prosecutions or if we lose those prosecutions. What matters is that we do what we can, because that is all we can do until a general election comes. Because at the general election, the defining issue that will win or lose the election will be who supports a public inquiry. We've seen the Conservatives. When we first started working with the Conservatives, 14 years they were in government, I went to Conservatives I knew. I went to Conservative politicians. You know what? At the time, the reason they didn't intervene, working class white children did not matter enough to them. That is the truth of where the Conservatives were, and they got a battering at the election. We then went to the, I've been going to the Labour Party since the beginning. I was a Labour Party member. Let's be clear, they kicked me out. I sat in rooms with multiple Prime Ministers. They kicked me out because they said to me, Raja, you need to be quiet about this.
We stand up for racism. Anyway,
I want to speak to Jack about going up to them. I don't know if I'm
and we need to put an end to this. And the only way, and I'm not a member of any political party. Nick Tenconi is a friend of mine, and wherever I go, people ask me about him, and I say, yeah, I don't agree with him on everything, but he's a friend of mine. And you stand by your friends. You stand by your friends even more when you think they're wrong than when they're right, because that's what friendship is. We need to join political parties. You need to vote for this man, you need to vote for reform, you need to vote for the Conservatives, you need to vote for whoever you want to vote for. But the only way we're going to win this is by you lot voting. Because the reason we're in this mess is the people from the communities I come from vote, whether they want to or not, they vote. And that block vote carries weight, and it's time your block vote also carried weight. And believe me, there are far more of you than there are of them. Thank you so much. What a fantastic speech from a fantastic man. Roger, thank you so much. Let's go for Roger again, everyone! Right guys, on a bit of a side note before we announce the next speaker. I don't understand why the police have brought all their riot gear today. I don't know if you're aware, but the lefties... of course it's not. But the lefties have started throwing eggs. They started throwing eggs at survivors of child abuse and at journalists. Again, have the police stormed in, riot gear, batons out? No. Do you think that would be the same if anything happened on our side? It's absolutely shocking to see once again two-tier policing in person. And again, is it any wonder that our girls never got justice? Is it any wonder that the police don't care, that they're scared of being called racist, that they're scared of the media, that they pander to these idiots? It's disgusting, and we're here to call it out. But next up we have a returning speaker, Billy Howard from PAG UK. Let's have for Billy again, everyone! Hey! Guys. I do apologise guys, I know you got me the new ones from back, and I am doing it for a really valid reason. Last week we lost one of our own. We have to pay tribute to him. I've not spoken to him, I should have done it at first. I want to just pay tribute to our North East man from Sunderland, Brian Fleur, who passed away. He's been a seasoned campaigner. Yeah guys, absolutely. Brian was a confidant for me, and as I know he was for many other survivors, someone who fought the way for a long, long time. He passed away this week. He would have been here today with us by our side, but unfortunately he was called to his final rescue place last week. Please put one more loud round of applause for them for our Brian Clough. Thank you, Benny. So up next we have a very young speaker, a survivor herself. Let's hear it for Sydney Jones, everyone. Jono Jones.
Hello Manchester! So, unexpected turn. I'm going to start my speech off by saying that most of you will have seen that someone got arrested today. That person was my mum. Because I left it to accidentally, and my mum has been taken to Greater Manchester Police Station on suspicion of assault, even though she hasn't reported the incident. There's no link to do with an accident. Meanwhile, they like to throw an eggs at us, and nothing happened. Some of us have actually got punched. Nothing happened. Two-tier policing showing again at its finest. April is Sexual Abuse Awareness Month. Between September 2023 and 2024, there were almost 10% rise in rape and sex crime. In Norfolk alone, 3,280 reported sexual-related events in Norfolk, with almost half consisting of victims under the age of 18. 400 victims were aged 10 or below. Of the 2,824 suspects that were identified, 851 were aged under 18. 131 of these were aged 12 or below. 12-year-olds raping and abusing other kids. People often turn a blind eye to these numbers, stating either that their child would never be abused, or that their child would never go on to abuse. They're a responsible parent, and nothing like that could possibly happen. But in my case, the council, Norfolk County Council, withheld information from my dad. In 2011, I was sexually assaulted by my closest friend, my lifeline, my 12-year-old half-brother. He licked my private and made me lick his, stating that this is how we can clean ourselves. I told my parents a few days afterwards.
I've got no respect.
Imagine my parents hearing their
None
5-year-old girl
whatsoever.
saying, I licked my brother's bum and white stuff came out. The officer dealing with my case told my father of a previous incident which occurred 5 years earlier when my brother was 7. He had instructed his 7-year-old friend and 3-year-old toddler brother to perform fellatio. This case happened in November 2006 and was dropped in the same month with my brother getting therapy. We wrote to the council about this, demanding answers why my dad had no idea about this incident. My dad never married my half-brother's mum, therefore he didn't have parental responsibility over his own son. This means that despite me and my friend's safety being in jeopardy for all of the months that my brother had lived with us leading up to my abuse, my father was forced to be unaware of it all. The council put me in danger. We wrote to the council demanding an apology for me. They refused to apologise. They think I would have been abused either way, and that my parents knowing wouldn't have made a difference. I reopened the case in February of last year, and my investigation officer has told me it might not go to trial because it's historic and it's not in the public's interest anymore.
How's the stream, everyone?
This is why I'm
numbers.
Speaking out about my experience, holding the council, police and own brother accountable for their parts. A lot of my family called me a liar at 5 years old. Rather than giving me the support I needed, they shut me out and supported my abuser. I was going to get counselling at the time, but my counsellor called and asked how the little boy was doing. They couldn't even read their own paperwork correctly. How can they help a child regain her spark? Growing up, I would hold my brother's photo and cry. I would ask where he's gone and even ask whether he had died. Well, I wrote this thinking that my mum wouldn't be arrested, but here we are. So, my parents were in the crowd, my mum was in the police station and my dad was in the crowd, supporting me. We have all supported each other through tough times, and there have been many tough times with what happened. We've come from Norwich. Yes, I lost a brother, I lost a best friend, but my dad lost his son, and my mum lost the person she had welcomed into the house as if he was her own. My family were betrayed by someone we all held close. We were betrayed by the negligent system that was meant to protect us. But my parents are two of the strongest people I know. Can we please have a round of applause for them? Thank you all so much for listening to my story, and thank you every one of you who made a stand today. Together, we can get justice for every single survivor out there. April is Sexual Abuse Awareness Month, a month to raise awareness and educate others on how to prevent sexual violence. But we shouldn't have a month for this. We should be doing this every single moment of every single day. We must stand up for every survivor, no matter their politics, no matter who abused them. Every story counts, and every story that is told, every survivor that speaks out, and every supporter who joins us can make a difference. To finish off, the people behind me, the scum that are protesting a child protection protest, earlier were shouting, follow the leader, kill yourself like Adolf Hitler. Probably half of these. Most of this crowd are survivors. They want survivors to go kill themselves because they think they're Nazis, because we have every right to speak out about our abuse, and we will continue to speak out until justice is served.
Well done, Sydney. Sydney Jones, everybody. Follow her on X.
Thank you very much, Sydney. Let's hear it again for Sydney, everyone. Very, very well done. Up next, we have a man who is enormous in the veterans' rights movement, a man who has stood up for for justice and standing up for those who've been betrayed by the British state. Great man, Simon Dean, MD, let's hear it, boys! Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name's Simon Dean, and I'm also known as the Maverick Veteran on social media. I have limited diplomatic skills. Therefore, I'm a fully paid up member of the Free Speech Union, and I have a full legal team standing by, just in case. I joined the British Army in 1983 and served for a bit over 22 years. So I've been a veteran now for almost 20 years. I've served this country all over the world, including 4 years on operations in Northern Ireland, an operational tour in Bosnia-Herzegovina, and both Gulf Wars in the Middle East. When service personnel are away from their home, we expect our fellow countrymen and women and children to be looked after by the homeland authorities. Sadly, this hasn't always been the case. While our backs were turned, young boys and girls were being raped by men that look very much like the people we were sent away to fight. Some people have said it's coincidence or even fate. Well, fuck fate. It has nothing to do with fate or coincidence, but it is an undeniable fact. I have tried to live life as a patriotic, hard-working Christian man, although not always a good one. And I've learned that the world is rotten to the core.
To the core!
It attacks those that want to make it better, whilst allowing those who do harm to go unpunished.
It should be!
Now I've been in some pretty dark places, but I've always had a choice. The young girls and boys were given a choice when they were gang raped over and over and over again. We need a cultural revolution to protect all women and children. We need every citizen, every butcher, baker, candle street maker to force the lazy, self-serving, cowardly politicians who are afraid of the truth to bring about an unbiased national investigation. Not an inquiry, but a full-blown investigation to find out who was involved. So what is truth? Well, firstly, there's what the people want to hear. Then there's what the people want to believe. There's everything else. Then there's the truth. Truth means taking responsibility, which is why the politicians don't like to use the truth. Each one hopes that if he feeds the crocodile enough, the crocodile will eat him last. And all of them hope that the storm will pass before their turn comes to be devoured. The storm is upon us, ladies and gentlemen.
They are.
Young girls and boys, now young women and young men in many cases, need justice to bear down on the rapists, the senior police officers and social workers who turned a blind eye, the councillors who chose not to get involved or maybe got too involved, and the political parties and MPs who held power during these atrocities. They owe it to the boys and girls. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. In my personal opinion, anyone that has been complicit, either directly or indirectly, must face a criminal trial, and if found guilty, should be taken henceforth to Tyburn.
We'll go and head over to the left crowd after the speeches are finished. See what else is going on over here.
Yay! We need to bring back the death penalty and invoke that death penalty on anyone that will visit harm on our children. Yeah! Just my opinion, but Keir Starmer keeps talking about pulling levers, and that's one lever I would gladly pull. Eventually, Patriot, the storm will end, and the sun will rise again, and you, Patriots, are the sunshine. Evil will not prevail. And when you look upon the horizon, I'll be there. Because for as long as I have breath in my body, I will stand, fight and protect the good people of these islands. As a soldier, I owe that to the boys and girls. I dedicate this speech to Eddie Reynolds, Sammy Woodhouse, my good friend Alan Merritt, and the countless other survivors throughout this country. I would also like to extend my utmost respect to my friend who has sacrificed his entire adult life to getting the truth out to the people. That man is currently a political prisoner, and he is known to you as Tommy Robinson.
Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy. Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy Robinson.
Join the United Kingdom Independent Party with Nick Tenconi as its leader. And together,
yes,
make before the devil knows you're dead. God bless you all.
God bless. I've got a great interview with Simon Bean from earlier that I'm going to be putting up later. The Maverick. Tommy Robinson. Whoa, Tommy Robinson. Whoa, Tommy Robinson. Whoa, Tommy.
Let's roll again for the Maverick. Let's roll Simon Bean. And I do a small request for everyone to people podcasting. Can you please just ignore the left and respect the final speakers? Don't give them airtime, just pretend they're not there. But next up, we have another incredible speaker. We have an activist and a podcaster, Craig Houston. Clap for Craig, guys, come on. Oh, Manchester. Right, I've got some words prepared, but before I start, I just need to make some comments about this rabble behind me. Right, I went my first political speech in April last year outside the Scottish Parliament to discuss the hate crime bill, and that mob turned up. I then turned up in Glasgow city centre last July for a rally for pro-UK.
Hi Bluebell, hi Scotland Scorpion, how you doing?
Today I drive 300 miles
Welcome to the chat, please hit that like button.
To unite for the children.
We had some fireworks earlier with the left. We'll go back and get some more fireworks after the final speaker now.
Oh, the gun button! That's the gun button. So why am I here? I'm here for 3 reasons. One, popular misconception is people that talk with my accent are...
It's about half an hour into the stream, I think. I went over there with young Bob to have a normal talk with him, and of course we got attacked, shouted at, all the usual.
These Isles have a problem, and I'm here to tell you that your problems are the same as ours in Scotland, and tell you a bit about them. But the most important reason I am here is because I care. We are all the same people, and we have all the same problems. The problems that I have and the concerns that I have, I am sure are shared by you people.
Thanks for hitting the like, everybody.
So can you help me here?
So it's going to get juicy afterwards again.
If your concerns are the same as mine,
Just want to give some respect to the survivors and the speakers. So we're doing the speeches at the moment.
About the safety of our children. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Are you concerned about the number of illegal immigrants and fake asylum seekers? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Are you concerned with the rise of socialism and the acceptance in our country? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Thank you, Manchester. I am in the right place. And I do apologise because the last time I stood in this square, there was 250,000 people with me. It was the end of the football season in 2008. The Rangers played here for the Europa League final, and we kind of messed up this square, so I do apologise. Please don't hold me. Thank you. So Scotland, what's going on in Scotland? I'm going to tell you about
There's young
people
Bob.
I know.
He's still
The
surviving.
first person I met is a great man called Alex Kearney. Alex is the leader and
We'll go back over
organiser
to them after the speakers.
Child Protection Group. And I met Alex in January, and he told me he had a bit of bad news. He was going to court to be charged for abduction. Alex had found information on a paedophile going to meet a young child. He took his friend in the car because he was getting live information. He phoned the local police, told them where he was, and told them he was going to apprehend a paedophile going to meet a child. He was in the back roads outside Glasgow. The man went down a one-way duck track. Alex knew he had him. Alex followed him down, brought him out the car, and held him until the police arrived. The police arrested the man, charged the man. He was found guilty in a court of law. And what happened next, I couldn't believe. Alex Kearney was arrested, charged, and found guilty in a court of law for abduction of a paedophile. And that's what we're facing in Scotland. That is shocking. We need to get rid of that type of policing. In Scotland, we do not have civil arrest protection. And my good friend got found guilty in a court of law because of that. Another friend I have is a guy called Dave Sharp, who was systematically abused from the age of 6 in care up till he left here at 60. As a Scottish victim and survivor, he thought the Scottish Parliament were doing a good thing for him, because a decade ago they started a historical sex abuse inquiry, and he thought, and many others thought, he was going to receive justice. But the SNP, communist separatists that control Scottish Parliament, decided that 2 bodies were not allowed to be in that inquiry. The 2 bodies were religious bodies and sports clubs. And because he was in a Roman Catholic child care system, his case wasn't listened to. And that is absolutely ridiculous. That's what we have in Scotland. So what can we do about it? You people are good people. The good platoon, they're actually, do you know who the fascists are in this whole relationship? The people that have brainwashed them to think every single banner, every single flag, and every single slogan they stand behind.
There's your fascists, everybody.
The fascists that have brainwashed these people.
There's your fascists. Which young Bob there and I tried to go and reason with, but they wouldn't have it earlier.
Sympathy for that good platoon. So, ladies and gentlemen, what can we do about it? Well, I can only do what one man can do. My name is Houston, and this is what I propose to you guys. I will highlight any cause. I will travel the lengths and breadths of your United Kingdom to highlight problems. So look me up on social media. If you've got a story you want me to cover, say 5 words to me. Houston, we have a problem, and I'll sort your problem. Thank you very much. God bless. One last word. Rule Britannia.
Rule Britannia. Ah, streets. Houston, we have a problem. How you doing, mate? Good stuff.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll stick to it.
Let's say again for Craig Houston, everyone. Now for a promoted speaker, we have another fantastic campaigner, someone who has stood up to the grooming gangs, to the paedophiles, to the abusers, and is a survivor himself. Let's hear it for Alan Miller, everyone!
Alan!
Let's hear it again, guys!
Go on, Alan.
Thank you, Manchester, and welcome to Piccadilly Gardens, guys. Now, as a child abuse survivor, it's very, very difficult with the noise that's going on behind me, hearing chants of Nazis to child abuse survivors and victims.
100%.
Victims because it was never them fault for being put in harm's way. This is what happens in this country. I'm going to show you some pictures, guys. Youth is real life. This picture here, this little boy, you can see in the middle of the picture, is a guy called Alan Merritt. The guy speaking here today. This little boy, right, amongst all them other children who are historically, physically and psychologically tortured in one of the biggest children's homes in the country. Bincham in Banstead, Surrey, at one stage had 900 children in it. It started off in the 1800s. It had its own regiment where children not only went from abuse, at 17 they were put in the armed forces and they joined the Surrey regiment. 83 of them children not only went for abuse, but never returned from the Second World War. This little boy, you can see in the middle with the shorts, They put you in shorts, guys, so they can slap the backs of your legs. When they slap the backs of your legs, they hit you so hard, it stung, it burned. Then they put you in acid baths as part of your torture. There's a place called Lever Brothers in Liverpool. They made carbolic soap, a red industrial force soap. They used to scrub the floors. Not only did they use the floor scrubbing brushes to take the skin off children's backs and bodies in the bath, they put the soap in your mouth. They put it in my mouth. They burned me with this stuff. This is called childcare when they were abusing children in the dormitories. This little boy, I've blown that one up. That's myself again. Look at the eyes, guys. Look at the hurt in that little boy's eyes. That little boy is the boy inside me. He can't speak out. The adult inside me will. And I will go out speaking for as long as I can about the heinous crimes that this government, our police and our courts have bestowed on our children. The police are not fit for duty. The courts are not fit for duty. I went to the police station and said I was being abused. Physically, sexually and mentally being abused. They took me back in a Black Mariah in front of the superintendent. The superintendent bounced me off his knee in a perverse way, getting worked up and bouncing a little boy off of his knee and said, little boys like you will get sent away. Where you have police stations, you normally have courts. Where you have children's homes, you have mental institutions. They stuck our children in mental institutions for speaking out about their abusers. Look at my sister Margie. This is Margie. My sister, look at her eyes. Look at the hurt in her eyes. Again, being tortured in the bathrooms by so-called carers. They are paedophiles and they plied their trade all over the country. Margie, bless her, she's past us now.
I have a separate video on the channel, everybody, of the survivors' speeches.
This is the picture of Margie.
If you want to go and listen to it again.
Look how beautiful Margie turned out to be. Margie, she was so desperate to have children of her own. She couldn't have children, she couldn't conceive with her partner. Margie was desperate to give her children the love and affection my family never got. She tried fertility treatment and they warned her, if you stay on it for too long, there is a chance you could get cancer. Margie was so desperate to have children of her own, to love, to care, to hold. She died of breast cancer. And she's no longer with us. She never did anything wrong. It's not like me, she doesn't speak out, she didn't swear or anything. She did nothing wrong. This cruel world that we live in takes the good and leaves what's behind us left. Patriot being my brother and Beecher and Banston, sorry. They told us on this photograph in the primary school. I had 2 abuses in the primary school. The boy in the picture earlier on with a group of children, he chased around the playground, guys, in them shorts. And they'd rifle from your shorts. You as an orphan, you didn't possess anything. You didn't even have a hanky in your pocket. Your pockets were bare, they were empty. He put his hands in your pockets and he'd say, what have you got in them pockets, boy? You knew full well you had nothing. He was just feeling that little boy up. They told us in his photographs, if you don't smile for the photograph, you will be punished. You had to smile for that. I did write something, guys, but I'm not going to read it out because at the end of the day, we've tried and tried and tried. I've been in the Home Office, I've been in Parliament, I've been in the Lords. I stood up in the Lords and I said, can I speak out? Let me go on one of these public inquiries so I can challenge some of these politicians to do nothing about our grooming gangs, our satanic abuse and our stoic child abuse. Nothing's ever done about our children. We pour money all over the world, but we never look after our own. Thank you, everyone. God save our children, everybody. Let's hear it for Alan Mayer, everyone! Survivors like Alan are why we do this. You know, fantastic man, such a horrible story, but he's still turning into a fantastic bloke. Up next we have our final speaker, Chrissy Hines. Let's hear for Chrissy, everyone!
Can you believe the demented stuff these lot are saying? Got no respect. They're just it's a mental illness. Just have to.
Get paid.
Yeah, I know.
Paid advertising. You see the same people all the time.
Yeah.
Especially the woman with the microphone. I was like,
They keep saying there's many more of us than you. That's why we've got such a big problem in the country with what we're talking about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like.
They've got no shame after look at that banner.
I know, you'd have thought they'd have some respect or something.
Well,
but
they don't know what respect is,
I agree with Nick, you give them the 12-second rule. If they're not going to talk in 12 seconds, just ignore them. We tried earlier.
Every one of you is special, beautiful, and deeply loved by God. To Jesus, you are a precious, beautiful soul, and He will wash you white as snow. I'm speaking from experience, as I was sexually abused at age 5.5. The physical and mental pain was torture, and when I looked down and saw blood, and then realised it was my blood, it all became too much for me, and I left my body, which I've since found out is not unusual in these cases. This happened to me because nobody wanted to look after me. Whilst my mother was away having a nervous breakdown in a mental hospital, my 3 brothers were all well cared for by relatives, etc. But nobody wanted to look after me. A neighbour offered to look after me, and my dad phoned social services to check if this was okay. They said yes, that's fine. They knew this demon-possessed paedophile had a history of sexually abusing little girls. But they said nothing to my father. After a few weeks of this abuse, I ended up in hospital with internal bleeding. I refused to say what happened to me because I'd been threatened and I was terrified. Eventually my mother gently coaxed the truth out of me. She was absolutely brilliant and made sure the abuse stopped immediately, which was my dearest wish. It was all reported to the police, and to be fair to them, they wanted to prosecute. Unfortunately, my doctor persuaded the police I was not strong enough mentally to give evidence in court. So I was allowed to carry on abusing myself. And as far as I know,
If someone else has one, I'll quickly like, that's my chance.
It's like rubbing over it. I'm trying to cut down.
The social workers, the family doctor, the hospital doctors, and just about every authority figure, all people that are supposed to protect all children. And my doctor chose to drop me, keep me locked up, to try and keep quiet. However, Jesus warns in Matthew 18:6 that no matter how perfect it is, but whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it will never take him if a millstone was hung around his neck and he was drowned in the depths of the sea. My message to you is that if you're carrying shame or guilt that you did not do enough to stop your abuse, throw off that shame now. It's not yours to bear. The shame belongs to the demon-possessed paedophiles and all the people that enable them and turn a blind eye. My prayer is that you will learn to love and respect. Treat kindly your body and mind, and remember this. It is not your fault. The shame is not yours to bear. Thank you. Let's hear it again for Chrissy, everyone! And for the trooper, our final speaker, we're one more, everyone, don't worry. Jill, could we invite Jill to the stage, please? Let's hear it for Jill, everyone! You can do better than that, go on!
On the 26th of October 2017 at 10:36, my life changed forever. Two social workers, three police officers said they were watching with my children. 6 months later, my children were separated. My oldest son was placed with abusive father. He's been assaulted by his father. His life savings have been stolen. Social services and the police have done nothing. He spent some time in children's home in Ramsbottom, where 4 grown men held him like a clock until he was flooded. He then tried to avoid being sexually assaulted while he was there. I reported this to Greater Manchester Police. They said my son was not a credible witness because he was autistic. A few months ago, my little boy sat down and he cried. It wasn't just once he's been sexually assaulted, it's been 3 different occasions. Social services are standing around saying, shut up, don't talk, or we're going to come and arrest you. Come and get me. My son is now 17. He's just been diagnosed with PTSD for the trauma he's suffered and kidnapped by the social services. My son has been taken, my youngest son now is 11. He's been allowed to work in the UK on a post passport. His passport should never, ever be produced. I go to the police, I get told to shut up. But I won't shut up. Just yesterday my little boy broke down and he described a house with a cellar. And he told me that there's a woman upstairs having a cup of tea while he was sexually abused in that cellar. But again, I'm in the road for bringing it all out. I was also sexually abused when I was younger. My abuser is still out there. That guy is the one responsible for sexually assaulting 2 of my nieces, 2 of my nephews, and my own son. But because he's in his 80s now, there is no justice. But I will get justice for him. Because bringing him down, I will bring my sister, my brother, and my fucking sister-in-law down with them. Because each one of them are complicit in the sexual abuse of my children, my nieces, my nephews. I'm hoping I can get my sister up here one day, that she will tell me her story. Because the social services protected me when I was younger. My sister would have been protected from a Pakistani male who grew her at the age of 13. She was forced to marry him at 17. But yet no justice is ever going to come because of 2-tier police in the UK. I come out here, I make people like Simon Dean, Alan Merritt, all survivors need to stand together. There's no bread down there. And we need to stand on the streets and fight for our children. Because we're the only people our children have. Save our children. And also one more shout out for Anne Scotland. I told you I was doing this every day over here. We're still fighting for justice for Jace. And young lad, please have a look at Facebook. Justice for Jace, justice for Reese, justice for all, and save our children. Yeah! Right guys, let's have to do it again. That concludes our speaking list. Thank you so much to everyone for coming along today. My name's Jack Ross, I'm the CEO of Turning Point UK, and we put this event on with Patriots of Britain. And I'd say thank you to all the stewards who gave up their time to keep everyone safe. And once again, thank you so much to you guys for being a great audience, very supportive audience for the survivors who spoke, and we can't do it without you guys. If it's just us speaking to 3 people, no one's going to take us seriously. But we have pulled the crowd today, we have made our voices heard,
Their speeches I thought were fantastic. They've been filmed, they're going to be broadcast out to millions of people online, and today we made a difference. So thank you so much again, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause. Please do as well, mingle, network, talk to your fellow patriots, and have a great afternoon, everyone.
Hey. Now let's go and speak to these disrespectful bastards. Who wants to go and antagonise the left? Hey. Speaker's corner. Who said that?
Mass Street.
Oh, streets! Oh, streets! Oh, streets! Oh, streets! Oh, streets! Hey.
So to any of the far left pro-paedophile activists want to debate a 16-year-old, if that be the organisers or
Come on, Bob.
I am here. I will be over there. I will be over there if any organiser or any activist wants to debate a 16-year-old on why you support paedophilia. Define to me a fascist, define to me a woman, and define why you're pro-pedophilia.
Well done, Bob.
Brilliant, well done.
You should have seen earlier, we went over to try and have a talk with them and they started attacking us and everything. It's on my stream earlier on in the day.
Really? Are you a podcaster? I don't know.
YouTube, One Generation Media.
What's your name?
One Gen Media, if you put that in, you'll find me.
Yeah.
Yeah, about half an hour into the stream, we tried to have a debate with them.
And they wouldn't.
None of them wanted to talk. They just want to shout in your face, hit your...
Yeah, that's all they can do.
That's Scottish guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they've all got the same signs.
Yeah.
It's all paid for.
It gets paid. Yeah, it's all paid for. Yeah. They keep saying there's many more of them than us. That's why there's such a big problem in the country with what we're trying to raise awareness on today. Do you know what I mean? And they just don't. They don't understand that this happened in Iran 20 years ago. The left got together with the Islamists.
And they kill them all, don't
and then they killed them. They're the first ones they get rid of. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you too.
Who's streets?
Oh, streets! Oh, streets! Let me get over there with Nick. Let's go with Nick.